We then transition into the opening and it's an absolute banger! I love it. To me, it's an early contender for opening of the year. There are openings that I need to listen to multiple times before I really start to digest them. However, this one, much like the first opening of Oshi No Ko, was a love at first listen. I really dig it. 9 out of 10. It's not a perfect 10 because of a small nitpick I do have, which I'll get to in a second. First, I love what they did stylistically with this opening. Idol by YOASOBI was going to be very hard to beat if they tried to go for a similar vibe. Even if they had an equally talented artist or even the same artist, they probably would have failed. And even if they succeeded, people are naturally drawn towards nostalgia, so people would say things like, I liked it, but the first one was better. And so what do you do when you can't go up? You go sideways, and that's exactly what they did. This opening has a completely different vibe from the idol vibe of the first one. This one is even sung by men instead of a woman. It also helps that the song absolutely slaps, and of course it's by Tatsuya Kitani, who even just a few videos ago I really praised for being a man that just cannot miss. The man just constantly puts banger after banger when it comes to openings. Bleach, Jujutsu Kaisen, Loser Ranger, which to me is also a contender for opening of the year, and now this one. The man just can do no wrong. And of course the visuals for this opening do not let the song down because they are also amazing. We start off with a mix of characters posing and looking cool, and of course they look cool because the character designs for this show are absolutely gorgeous. Those eyes, man, those eyes look so good. I would fall in love with those eyes, except I've seen what happens to people that fall in love in this show, so I'd rather not. The storytelling elements in this opening are also very strong. You start off with this cloudy, slightly depressing weather that really contrasts with the bright color palette of the characters. They are the stars that stand out in this dark, possibly depressing world, maybe referring to the entertainment industry, or maybe perhaps both, referring to a world without eye. We get a great shot of both of our main characters, Aqua and Ruby, taking off their masks, revealing their past selves, which is great. We also have this very creepy zombie reassembling of Aqua, which was out of nowhere and needlessly creepy, but I like that both openings have this very upbeat vibe, but also have creepy undertones which are very obvious. We get a great shot of the few people that want to carry Ai's legacy in some way. They are alone in an empty theater cheering for her. And in a much darker tone, we see Aqua and Ruby holding hands following Ai to her inevitable demise. This opening really makes it a point to show that much like the fandom of Oshi No Ko, our main characters still haven't let go of episode 1. And as they fall to their supposed demise, the opening really flips its tone, going from dark and perhaps creepy into a full battle shonen opening. It really depicts how the siblings followed Ai into the entertainment world, perhaps for dark reasons. However, they can't help but be mesmerized and surprised by it. We see Ruby smiling and Aqua becoming completely engrossed in his performance. At this point, this is a battle shonen opening, which is hilarious, but it's also very well done, so I can't complain. And then there's this thread in the opening, much like in the show, where they use Tokyo Blade to further the already existing character relationships. And I could be here yapping all day like a fanboy, so let's just skip ahead. After more stylish shots of our characters, which always look great, we get into the final 10 seconds or so of the opening, and this is the part I don't like, and here's why. I don't like it when openings spoil the climactic emotional moments of story arcs. I just think it's lame, it's putting dessert before the main course, and it just adds nothing to the opening. For some reason that I don't understand, I really liked Oshi No Ko. For some reason it clicked with me, even though the tags and premise are not the type of show that I would normally watch at all, and yet I enjoyed season 1 so much that I went and just binge read the manga, which is, I can't even tell you, it's been years since I binge read something. So yes, I am a manga reader, I know what happens in this arc, this story arc is one of my favorites, and yet I still don't like that they show it in the opening. It spoils it for people that are anime only, and for manga readers we get a cool wink and a nod like ha ha ha, you know what's gonna happen, but even that wears out after a few weeks. By the time we actually get to these scenes, I'm sure they will be superbly animated and the voice actors will do a great job. However, they sort of lose impact because we've been seeing them every week for no reason at all. The way you do spoilers in openings is through subtlety, the way for example JoJo does it, where you see some things in the opening as an anime only that you don't quite understand, and when you finally finish the series you can connect the dots and see that the spoilers were just hiding in plain sight. This very opening even does this to some extent. It has two shots in particular that I'm thinking of, one of Akane making a lovey-dovey face and one of another character showing surprise, which we as manga readers know why that is, we know what's happening, but the anime onlys will also enjoy that once they finish the show, but it doesn't really spoil anything, it doesn't really detract from any moments. To me, an anime opening is meant to warm you up, to massage you, to prime you for the great episode you're about to watch. I don't want the show to just blow its load during the foreplay. That's not the point of foreplay. So anyway, yes, I know this criticism is not original or new by any means. There are tons of openings that spoil entire story arcs for some reason that I don't really understand. However, this opening is still amazing. This is just a small nitpick, as I said, 9 out of 10, and the opening ends with a great shot of Ai smiling, so I can't really complain.